Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. It's about 7 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So I just want to ask a couple of questions right quickly that how many of you have seen me before, somewhere before? Put in the chat for me, okay? And how many of you would like to transform your life tra financially? How many of you would like to transform your life financially? So we're going to get started by saying, if you're not building real wealth yet, it's probably not the reason you think. Let me say that one more time. If you're not building real wealth yet, as of yet, it's not the reason you think. It is not your job title. It's not your income. And it's not because you are not ready to start to invest, or you don't know enough, or you're not smart enough to invest. The real problem is you were never taught how to build wealth. Now, no one showed you how to invest, how to build multiple streams of income, how to go from an employee to an entrepreneur. So in some cases, it's not our fault at all. We don't know what we don't know. So this evening, I'm going to share a few things with you guys that will help transform your mindset so that you can see things in a different perspective. Our goal at Freedom Wealth Elevation is to transform your mind, transform your wealth, and to transform your life. So once again, welcome. I'm thrilled to have all of you here today for a crucial discussion, a topic that resonates with many of us: how high performance, high income earners turn their income into real asset. We will explore a couple of opportunities, how you can build wealth without guesswork or overcomplication, or feeling like you're doing this alone. So we're going to go through some of this, and I want you guys to, towards the end, there'll be opportunity for you guys to ask questions. There's going to be Q&A at the end, so we can kind of get to understand some of the things that you guys are thinking about. And now this webinar is really designed for those of you that identify with this statement. For those of you who earn pretty well, you are very successful on paper, you are well recognized in your current career right now. So from the outside looking in, everything looks good. It looks like it's working for you. But your net worth doesn't really reflect all the hard work that you put in. Secondly, you're not just earning income. You are consistently earning high income on a regular basis for so many years. You're getting promoted. There's opportunity for you to earn more income, but unfortunately, that income doesn't translate to real wealth, real asset. Also, this webinar is for current business owners or future entrepreneurs that are looking for opportunity to improve on their sales or on their total income. So whether you already started or you are planning to build something very soon, and you know there's opportunity for you to get ahead in life, but you just don't know how. Also, you want that growth that you're trying to accomplish. You want to understand how to do it, but you don't know how to do it because you can't do it alone. You need the right coaching, the right mentorship, the right guidance to help you move faster and to avoid costly mistakes. And finally, the big one is the asset gap that I spoke about earlier. This is where, despite all your efforts, all your income, your net worth isn't what it should be. That's a disconnect. So we're going to try to solve some of those problems this evening. Just talk about them and start to open your mind. Hopefully, it will resonate. Before we go any further, let me kind of make a couple of comments that this webinar is not for people that just want to collect information or try to browse around. They don't have no commitment. They're unwilling to follow proven framework or proven system that's worked for so many people. This webinar is for people that want to build wealth. I call them the wealth builders. Those who are ready to roll up their sleeves and construct a robust financial future for themselves and their family. We are here to create a lasting change, not just gather more data or gather more information. So, based on my experience, I found out that many high performers, many high income earners, they experience what I call silent frustration. Despite their success, their wealth feels very fragile, as if they are just one crisis away from financial disaster. They often feel there's no clear roadmap for them. They're overwhelmed by their day-to-day job or day-to-day life, and time feels very expensive. They are too busy earning and effectively building. They're not busy. They're too busy building wealth. Building earning income, but they don't spend enough time when it comes to building real wealth. And this leads to a cycle of high income but very stagnant wealth. So we're going to address some of those issues this evening head on. So you might be asking, why listen to this guy? Now, my journey began with almost nothing. No inheritance, no connections. But what I learned at the very early stage is that system beat luck all day long. System beat luck. Wealth is built on structure. There's no secret about that. So through applying this principle that I'm going to share with you all, I was able to build real asset. I own several franchises, real estate investments, REITs, real estate investment trusts, diversified stock portfolio. But I'm here to share the actionable system that allow me and other people that I know to transform their income into lasting wealth. I also spent 28 years of my life in corporate America. I spent 2 years in Japan, 3 years in China, 3 years in Australia, and I had a wonderful career. And in 2017, I decided to retire, moved down to Florida, and a year later, I started my franchise opportunity. So that's my story in a nutshell. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you all. So today you will gain some clarity on the critical areas. So first of all, we're going to uncover why high earners often stay stuck in that wealth gap. Secondly, we're going to define what actually builds wealth beyond just savings and salary increases. And also, very important, I will introduce you guys to the income to asset system, a proven framework that is specially designed for high income earners, high performers, to convert their hard-earned income into tangible asset or the right vehicles that will allow them to build wealth. Now, let's start with what I call the big domino, the foundational truth that changes everything. Income alone doesn't create wealth. Assets do. Let me say it one more time. Income doesn't create wealth. Assets do. Of course, your income is something that you use as a tool. Is the fuel that helps you to kind of generate that income, to give you the opportunity to invest in different vehicles. So the engine of your wealth creation is your asset. This asset can be built with structure. And you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a financial guru. You just need a clear system, a clear structure, a defined system that will help you and guide you along the way. So this brings me to secret number one. Secret number one, the wealth vehicle mismatch. Many high earners are using the wrong vehicles to create wealth. They focus solely on increasing income. But what if I told you you can build real wealth without really earning more money? It is about optimizing the vehicles that you allow you to grow your money. So a lot of people think if I make more money, I'll become rich one day, which I'm going to cover. But that's not true. Here's the lie high earners have been told. If I earn more money, save more money, I will one day be wealthy. The reality check is that is incorrect. That many high earners, many six-figure earners are financially fragile. They are stuck in that cycle where more effort doesn't really lead to more freedom. This is because effort alone doesn't create the result that you're looking for. The right vehicles do. Your income, of course, is the engine, but the vehicle determines how far and how fast you can travel towards building real wealth. So, what are these right vehicles that I'm talking about? I broke them into three main areas. Investing, which kind of focus on market-based growth and compound returns. The other one is retirement optimization, which utilize tax advantages of accounts for long-term security. So if you have a 401k, if you work for a company today that offer 401k or 403b, and you're not taking advantage of it, it's like you're leaving free money on the table. If you're not participating right now, I will encourage you to do so as quickly as you can. And some of these companies also match you. They match up to 70%. Some company 3, 4, 5, 6%. It depends on what company you work for. So you need to go find out what are they matching. And you need to put a minimum of what that company matches. If they match 6%, please start with 6%. You need to stop leaving free money on the table. And then the next one is what I call the business ownership, which offers equity creation. And you also have unlimited upside. And the last one that I didn't put on this chart is real estate. Another opportunity for you to create passive income. And if you don't want to be a landlord, it's okay. There's other opportunities that you can benefit from when it comes to real estate. It's called Real Estate Investment Trust, REIT, REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust. The key takeaway here is not that you need to master all four or all three or four that I just described. But you just need to understand and utilize the right vehicles for your situation. Because your situation is different from mine. And mine is different from somebody else. It's about strategic deployment, not just accumulation of wealth. Putting your money in savings account or checking account. That's the wrong place to put your money. Inflation alone is going to kill that money for you. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of opportunities that you can really benefit from when it comes to building real wealth. Now, this is a slide that kind of illustrates the difference between different vehicles that you can capitalize, you can use to create wealth. on one side, when you rely solely on income, which I think is not going to get you too far. It's kind of slow, exhausting, linear progress. On the other end, leveraging multiple assets creates exponential result and true freedom with time. This is where the epiphany comes up. I don't need more income to create wealth. All I need is better vehicles. Once you grab this, your entire financial strategy shift from chasing dollars to building engines of wealth. So it's just like you want to travel from point A to point B. You can walk, you can fly, you can drive. How fast and how far you want to go. So I want you to start to change your mind about chasing dollars to building real wealth using the right vehicles that will get you there. This leads me to secret number 2, the investor identity shift. Like many high performers or high earners, they hesitate or are afraid to invest because they don't feel like they're experts. But you don't have to be an expert. You don't need to be a Wall Street guru to build wealth. This secret is about how to build confidence in your financial decision making without needing to be an expert. You don't need to wait for you to become an expert to start to invest your money. No, you don't need to wait. So it is common paradox that smart, successful people often stay stuck financially. Why? Because wealth isn't about just talent. It's a learned behavior. You got to learn a little bit about investing. And I'm going to share that when I talk about the 7 mistakes that prevent financial freedom. You might be very, very smart in what you do. You might be incredibly talented in your profession today. But financial literacy and strategic investing are distinct skills that need to be acquired and practiced over a period of time. So that's something I try to instill in all my clients or the people that I coach, that you need to have some kind of a financial literacy and have a game plan, a strategic investment that you want to accomplish in your life, the goals you want to accomplish. So let's look at this chart. Let's contrast the earner mindset with the investor's mindset. An earner, primarily they work for income. Their primary goal is to work for income and wait for opportunity for everything to be right before they make a move to invest. They save money, but doesn't strategically deploy that money into the right vehicle for them. This mindset, while good for generating income, is not optimized for building wealth. If you can recognize this, that you don't need to put all your money in savings account or some, bonds, savings account. You got to spread your wings. You got to diversify. If you can recognize this distinction, that's the first step towards making a profound shift in your financial decision making. Now, let's look at the investor mindset. On the other hand, they actively put money or income to work for themselves. They trust a proven system. They take strategic action rather than waiting. This is not about being reckless. They take risk. It's about being intentional and following a systematic approach. Embracing this investor identity shift will fundamentally change every financial decision you make, moving you from merely earning income to actively building wealth. Here's the confidence truth. You don't need too much confidence to start investing today. In fact, confidence is built by clarity. Once you have a clear understanding of a process, or you have a goal that you define, that you follow, and you're very disciplined, the confidence will naturally follow you. This leads to a powerful, like I call it a wake-up call, that I don't need to be an expert to invest money or to build wealth. I need a process that I trust. And our goal is to give you that clarity and that trustworthy process. And that's what we do at Freedom Wealth Elevation. So finally, I'm going to take you to secret number 3. I call it the asset growth system. This is where we bring it all together. There are many high performance fields that don't have more time to dedicate to financial management. This system shows you how to build wealth on a consistent basis without demanding too much of your time. We are busy, I understand that, but you need some time to dedicate to building real wealth. But it's not a lot of time, which I'm going to cover. This is what I was talking about. Let's debunk the common myth. The real problem isn't time. You don't need hours each day to manage your wealth. Instead, wealth is built in little things you do, in the routines that you follow on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. It's about consistent, small actions that compound over time. So this is what building wealth is all about. It's not one big thing that happened to you one time. It's those little things that you do on a consistent basis. Over time, they compound into great results for you and your family. So the first pillar of the asset growth system is what I call automated investing. This is where you set it once and it runs forever. By automating your contributions, you remove the need to, or the willpower to remember every month or every pay period. You do it automatically. This will ensure consistency, which, as way of saying, is paramount. Consistency over time is the key. While this kind of structure exists, wealth building becomes predictable, inevitable. If you follow that automated investing, which you set it up, for example, like I said, if you have 401k or 403b, and you set it up that every paycheck, 6, 10, 12, 15% of your money goes straight to your 401k. And if you open a brokerage account with Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Vanguard, all these companies that are out there, you can open a Roth IRA that you can say another 2, 3, 4, 5%, whatever you can afford, goes straight every pay period. And you start to buy some, I call it index funds or ETFs, exchange traded funds. And I can share some of them with you today. If you have a pen, you can write it down. If you invest in S&P 500 ETFs, the symbol VOO. VOO. Another symbol is SPY, SPY.